Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Now today I want to talk to you guys quickly about Byte Frost from Fat Shark. If you've been watching the channel, I've mentioned the system a few times and we talked about it in the early days when it released, and I have also mentioned that there's been hints of a version 2 of this system in the works. Now today we've seen quite a bit more information about this because Fat Shark have actually shared some footage and some images of the system on RC groups. So I thought I would give you guys a bit of a first look at this and share with you my full thoughts, because actually I'm quite impressed with what I've seen so far. So just to hop over to it, they've shared a couple of posts on RC groups today, one a video showing it in action, and more importantly some images of what the system is going to look like. Now just to take a closer look at this, we can see that it is an all new design compared to the original one, and they've moved now to a module that fits on the front of your goggles. So rather than have that ground station that we had on the original system, so if we take a look at that, you had that monitor and ground station, you now have the module that goes on the front. Now this plugs into the same power unit and it's going to have a power splitter that comes with it as well, and then it actually connects into your goggles via HDMI in the bottom, and that means that you're going to be able to use this with your HDO2s, your HDOs, and rather than have that large ground station, you're just going to have this clip-on module on the front. Now I have to say I'm really impressed with how this looks actually compared to the original system. One of my big downsides to it was the fact it was a monitor and ground station, and whilst that did suit some people, it really wasn't the ideal solution to carrying to the field. However, what Fat Shark have done here is given you the ability to take your existing goggles, as long as they are HDMI compatible, and then use them with this new system in a much smaller and compact setup. Now, from what I understand and some of the things that they've posted, that the way the system works is it has dual built-in patch antennas at the front, and then you have two input antennas located on the top for omnis. They're not going to supply the omnis with the system as standard. The main antennas are actually the patch antennas on the front, and you have the option to add omnis on there as well. They've also said they're going to include a regulator with it to allow you to power your goggles and this unit off a much larger battery as well, to give you much better usage time compared to, say, using it with the smaller Fat Shark battery. Now they've also shared some footage on YouTube of it as well. My understanding of this system, and I will say this isn't 100%, is that the overall hardware is the same for radio functionality. So the base protocol on the digital system is exactly the same. The old modules should work with the new modules, so the overall radio performance won't change much. I have heard that they are going to move up to digital cameras rather than analog HD, and whilst what I mean by that is whilst all the cameras are digital, they were using a analog HD link before to connect the camera to the air unit, whereas now I believe they're going to go up to a multi-lane digital connector very similar to what DJI are using. Overall, the footage doesn't really show much anything different than what we saw before. However, it is clear that they've been doing a lot of work and this new system is coming along very nicely. Now, one of the interesting differences on Byte Frost compared to the DJI system, for instance, is the way it handles signal loss. DJI really does tend to behave a lot more like a traditional digital system, and although you have that focus mode that makes the center have all of the data and the outside go blocky, it still does block up. Whereas the Fat Shark system with the DiviMath integration really behaves more like an analog system in the way it breaks up, and you can see it in this video when you get the little specks rather than that blocking, and in many ways people prefer that over the other system as well. But as you can see from the footage, it does look very good. Again, it all depends what camera is being used here. It's really not about the look of the system in this case, because this is YouTube footage, and again, it's not really going to do it any justice. But it is great to see Fat Shark really take this on to the next level and give people the option of this modular system to go on existing goggles. I don't have a set of HDOs to be able to test this on. I've actually still got Dominator HDs, but to be fair, when this system launches, I will be getting one. I'm going to try and get one in because this looks much better than what we'd seen before. Now again, what I will say with this footage you're seeing on the screen, please don't take this as any proof of how good the system looks compared to DJI or anything like that. It's YouTube algorithms. The settings are 720p 60. it's really just to show it in action and don't take any actual quality of the footage into account from it. It is really good to see this as a module. It really is a much better design overall. It's a lot better. It's hard to say anything bad about the way they've done this. It should make a lot of people happy, and the big thing that will make a lot of people happy is the fact this is HDMI out, and that means you are going to be able to split that signal if you want to split it and use it on multiple screens, because there is technically no reason you can't put that cable into a HDMI splitter, split one out to your mate and one into your goggles as well. So it is going to give you an option that you simply cannot get from DJI out of the box. It is as simple as that. And whilst DJI do now have this option for HDMI out via the smart controller, it's $600 to be able to do it. And what Fatshark are basically giving you here is the ability to have HDMI output into your goggles, but it's just a HDMI connection from the look of it. So you're going to be able to share it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I have no idea when this is going to land. I have no idea when we're going to see it. It's clearly coming along very nicely. Some of the comments that Fatshark wrote on it further down was when they're not going to sell it as an RTF with a drone. The receiver ships with an integrated front panel antenna. Top side omnis won't be included, as I mentioned. They're going to make replaceable patch antenna covers, and there's going to be what they call a cheap and dirty power solution, and they're making it as an upgrade kit. And overall, it looks very good. So as soon as I've got any more info on this, I will share it with you guys. But here and now, Fat Shark Byte Frost 2 is coming. It's been improved quite substantially, and it looks like it's going to be a very interesting option for people who haven't got the DJI system and have been waiting for Fatshark to actually get something on the market that suits most people's needs, and this really does look like it. That's it for this video. I hope the info has been useful. If you like what you see, please do subscribe, and I will do another video again soon.